so far is Diamond 1.
That's incredible. That's
Thank
a huge
you.
improvement. That's a massive
Um,
step. Well done.
I'm currently Diamond 3 right now, but I've stayed in like the Diamond 3 to like Diamond 2 range.
Yeah, and we'll
Um,
say that like Plat 3 was like your average performance before. Diamond 3, Diamond 2 is probably your average
yeah,
performance now. That's an
yeah.
exceptional improvement. So well done. Well, what
Thank you.
clicked? Was there anything that clicked, or was it the just everything got a little bit better, 5% better,
Well,
or do you
there's a
even
lot
know?
of stuff that kind of happened. So I upgraded my gaming setup, so I have like a much better monitor and
Awesome.
keyboard and a bigger mouse pad and everything.
Sure,
So I think that helped.
it definitely helps.
Um,
Yeah.
and then there was actually when I first reached Diamond, got to like Diamond 4, and then I like fell all the way back down to like Plat 4.
Mm-hmm.
I went on this like really big, awful losing streak, and I just like
Yes.
had to stop playing for a week. And then when I came back, it was like just an uphill climb,
Okay.
and it was pretty steady increase. But I just needed that like break.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but in terms of improvement, uh, once I started actually like cleaning up my decision making and playing more aggressively with like my utility and everything, I started seeing a lot of improvement.
Good. It's usually like very rarely is there like an epiphany. It's usually just like I cleaned up my training schedule. I had a few
Mhm.
goals to work on, and then I just practiced over and over and over again. Right. And
Yeah, pretty much.
so I'm glad to hear you improved. I'm glad that I was able to be part of that a little bit, but the vast majority
Hmm.
of that credit really just goes to you. So good stuff.
Thank you.
Keep it up. And that carries forward, right? Like obviously we're here for another rehash, and we can go over any questions
Hmm.
that you may have. But the ball's in your court, right? So
Hmm.
for you, I know playtime wasn't really a problem before, but like the quality of that playtime and whether you were enjoying sweating that hard, that's really going to be the next question when we come to the next big hurdle, which
Hmm.
is Masters, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think it takes a ridiculous amount of effort. Like we're not going to a professional level, right? But you are going to have to play with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more intention, and I think
Hmm.
that's the key thing. So, do you have any questions with training schedule? We don't have to rehash the same stuff.
No, I think my training schedule just changed a little bit because I did switch jobs. So before I was
Yep.
working like the night shift, now I'm working like a regular day shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of swapped my hours around.
Okay.
Um,
How's that going? Okay.
but yeah, it took
Good.
a little adjusting,
Of
but
course.
I'm, you know, I've got it all like balanced out now.
Lovely. Lovely. It's probably healthier for you too as well. So,
Yeah.
good stuff. Okay. Terms of etc. questions. One of the things you put in the forum, maybe that's changed since then, was some questions with getting frustrated when you're behind, kind of bringing that negativity into the next game. How has that been?
Mhm. So I had that like really huge loss streak that I mentioned earlier, and it was
Yep.
just like it was making it like every time I would get on, I would just lose, and then I'd see the giant red bar, and then I'd be like, well, I can't win on a loss, but then I would just like bring that like negative energy into the next game,
Right.
and it just kind of piled up. But I've been trying to like, when I start getting frustrated, like step away and do something else for a little bit and then come back to it with like a fresher mind so I'm not just like in loser's queue.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you bring it into the next game, right? And I think like I think one of the things that you can do in that regard, which I think it's really important, which is why I'm a big proponent of taking breaks between games, is I think
Hmm.
when you're in the type of mental state to be tilt queuing, you're also not in the best mental state to stop you from tilt
Yeah.
queuing. So I think one of the best things that you can do is have parts of your routine that may not be as valuable until you're tilted, but have ways
Hmm.
of mitigating the tilt. And so you just kind of do it. So like getting up and
Yeah.
stretching your legs and taking breaks, right? Like, is that beneficial when you're not tilted? Absolutely. 100%. Right. Is it
Hmm.
beneficial for preventing tilt? Yes, absolutely. Is it really beneficial on the games when you're very tilted? Oh, definitely so. And so, but you
Hmm.
need to kind of have that habit kicked in, because when you're tilted, you're not going to go, oh, I'm tilted, let's do something that's good for my mental health. You're not always going to do that, right? You're going to kind of
Yeah.
grit your teeth and push through it. So you need to have things that you just automatically do that help the situation. So they're more like
Yeah.
environmental fixes, right? So
Of course. Yeah.
don't trust your willpower in those moments, right? It's very important not to do
Yeah.
that. So, and I think also the more times that you've hit rock bottom, the more you are prepared to push through that and kind of learn how to play around it. And also the more times that you're going to be like, oh, I've been here before. You know, so it's a little bit less frightening. Like, I mean, it's happened to me many times. Each time it's happened, I've been a little bit less and less bothered by it. I'm sure the next time it happens, and it's going to happen again, that you'll be more prepared for it. And I think the goal, here's like a little miniature goal. So you went from what, Diamond 3 to like, or Diamond 4 to like Plat 4, you said? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like next time make it 4 tiers, you know, or 3 tiers, or like that should be the general goals. Like I'm gonna try and be a little bit less toxic to myself than I was last time. Like you'll still lose 9-10 games.
I think it was actually like Diamond 1 to Plat 4.
Okay, see that's like major total.
And that was
right?
That was over like a couple weeks where it was just I was just doing nothing but like losing. And it's like the games that I did win, it would be like expected and I'd go up so little, but the ones I did lose, I'd be like
because you sucked. You played you were terrible, right? Like you were just playing horrifically. Like, and I think that's like where you have to like you're off the rails. The only thing that you can do is like take breaks, go in and train normally. Like people come to me all the time. Like I just had a session like last week with some guy that was like GM4 or something like that, and he dropped to like Masters 4, Masters 5, really struggling to win. Same kind of thing, right? And we like there is no quick fix for that. You just go in and you train with intention. Like there isn't. And I think the problem is that most people, you might like relate to this. They try to come up with like a fix. They'll try to be like, I need to play more aggressive, or I need to play safer, or I need to like, no. The same thing that you did to get to the previous rank, you do it again. Because what happens is you will get a little bit unlucky, or maybe you're not playing as well that day. And then instead of just like letting it go, you try to fix the issue manually. You're not good enough to do that. Nobody is. Let it go. You know, take breaks, go back in the next game, do the exact same thing. If it goes poorly again, doesn't matter. So reset, do it again the next day. Reset, do it again the next day. And the only time that you're going to get hard stuck and never be able to climb up is if you change how you play or how you train. I see this all the time. I see players drop to Plat. They try to hard carry their games because they think that that's necessary. It's not. That's not how you climb from Plat. You just played the game. So just a reminder. Don't like if you have drops like that, you have to accept it, and then you have to be honest. You have to train properly. You cannot try to fix things.
And I've tried to be easier on myself. Like
correct.
If I like go down, not being like, oh, I suck, but just being like, this is just like the natural ebb and flow of like progression. Right.
I mean, 2 to 3 tiers dropping up and down is very normal. That's not Diamond 1 to Plat 4, but that means if you're going from, like, let's even say that you got to Diamond 1 with a little bit of luck, which is likely, you can expect to fluctuate between Diamond 1 and Diamond 4, like, pretty regularly, right? And that's probably experience, like, the last month or so, right? But if it's more than that, then there's a problem. But the problem is that you're not in the right headspace. You need to change that, right? You need to change that. You can't necessarily change how you feel, but you can change what you put attention to, at least by a little bit. And that can be difficult to do, but no. Okay, any other questions since last time? Strategy questions, hero pool questions?
Well, I will say my hero pool has changed a little bit.
Yeah, I've got freaking Noah's Ark here in the form.
Yeah. So, since the new SR came out, I like the new hero SR.
Yeah, it's by the way, it's terrible, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So it's not accurate at all.
Yeah, I figured it's not accurate.
No.
But I would say I'm still pretty much playing like Mercy, Ana, Kiri, but I'm also playing a lot more Moira now. My Moira SR is like Masters like 3,500 something. So I was like, oh, I like when the number goes up, so I'm gonna play more Moira, but it's relatively the same. It's just Moira's now more like prominent. I would say.
I will say that's a lot of characters. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The more volatile your hero pool, the more ingredients or volatility you're inserting into your own gameplay. So the broader your hero pool, the more likely you are to swing up and down rapidly. And there's a reason for that, because for you to have an effective hero pool, you must know when and where to pick which character, or you must have a plan of excellence with each character. And when you have a lot of characters, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. You could pick Moira on a really bad map. You could only play Moira on good maps, but your impression of what's a good situation to play Moira is actually dead wrong. Yeah. You could tilt swap to Moira. You could you could have situations where you're playing so many characters that you're kind of mid in all of them, and then you try to like bail situations out without having the mechanical excellence to actually play the character properly. You're just introducing more volatility into it. I'm not discouraging from having that hero pool, but just know that it's just not optimal for ranking up. So, your mileage may vary, but that's just going to be my general recommendation.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Any other questions before we jump in?
Not that I can think of, no.
Okay. Let's do it then. Shoot me whatever code we're looking at, and we'll go from there.
I believe so. I played this game with my like usual trio.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's even more volatility. But continue. There's nothing wrong with that, though.
It was like the first time that we got to like actually play for a while. I believe I started on Ana, and then I believe was it my tank? Was he my tank? I need to look at the. No, he's my other support. Oh, so I'm just playing with my duo. I'm just playing with my duo here.
Okay, so we'll just start with the Moira because that's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So I went Ana, and then I realized the Tracer was going to be kind of a big problem, and I didn't feel very confident going against that.
That's fine. I mean, Moira is, fine. No problem at all. So we'll take a look here. Any questions about Moira before we jump in?
I will say, my other friend, he plays a lot of Brigitte and Iari. And his preference for the Moira perks are like total opposite of mine. He likes to get the like burst healing perk and the fade perk, and I like to get the coalescence and then the like reverse ball movement perk.
Yep.
But I think that just kind of comes down to like personal preference and situation.
Partly, but he's right.
Yeah.
I'll kind of explain my logic behind the burst heal. So you'll need to test and tweak with it, but it makes your self-sufficiency on off angles like way, way better because you're going to get the burst heal for every time the orb bounces as well. So if the orb leaves you and it comes back, you get the burst heal again.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the old one where it was just like the first time.
Yeah, well, it is, but if the tether leaves you, like in a larger room, and it comes back, it's gonna reset that burst heal.
Okay, cool. Cool.
My main problem is not that though; it's that I need to be sold on ult perks being good enough to pick, and I'm not sold on the coalescence one, and that's for one particular reason. First off, the damage amplification is not anything significant; it's like 20-25%. But the major downside is that it doesn't self heal you when you damage only. It's not documented. I didn't even know it until somebody in my Twitch chat told me.
I feel like that should probably be documented.
It should probably be documented, or just shouldn't be a thing. So it's just randomly you don't get the self heal off of Cole, and so it's like it's definitely an upgrade for Cole because you just can choose whatever you want. It's great, right? But it's not. Again, if I'm going to choose a perk on an ult, it needs to be like amazing for the ult, like Junker Queens or Sojourns or Genjis, right? It's not good enough for me to not choose the consistent value of the 30 healing.
I think I just like using, like I use it to keep like my team up. I'll just like switch to the healing and just do like a bunch of burst healing.
I mean, it's fine. It's not a problem. So, now, let me actually check something here really fast. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. Okay. One little detail before we go into the perks. So I was doing a little bit of, while you're describing the perks, I was doing a little bit of homework here. And this is just a good reminder, okay?
Yeah.
You made the wrong swap here, I think.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mind Moira for the situation that you described because you're like going to deal with Tracer on the off angle. It's really fine, not a problem at all. However, Moira is significantly worse on this map. She's the lowest win rate support on this map at your rank.
Yeah.
Now you're like, well, what's more important, the map or the enemy comp or my comfort on the character? That's kind of my point. You get what I'm saying? There isn't a real clear answer here. And I'm not even saying that Moira's bad here. I would say probably half of her bad win rate in this map is because diamond supports don't know how to play her. Okay?
Yeah.
But my point being is that when we talked about that volatility earlier, if you're swapping based off of like enemy comp, whatever, you need to be really careful. Because this is kind of like one of those examples where I think probably would have had a better run with Ana. because the map is just really freaking amazing for Ana. Like her win rate goes up a significant amount because it's just so wide, so broad. Again, I'm not saying don't pick Moira here. I'm just saying this is a good example of what I was talking about. Like, yeah, maybe you feel a little bit better versus the Tracer, maybe the Diva as well, but this map is a little awkward for Moira. So my point being is, again, we're always just be careful with that hero pool. Play like the easiest thing to do is to 2-trick and just play whatever the frick you feel like in the moment, right? You know, but just keep that in mind. I think the good thing about your hero pool with Ana, Moira, Kiriko, right, is that I think all of them are very flexible. I think you can play them in basically any situation if you know how to do it, in any comp as well. Mercy a little bit more situational, which I'm sure you're aware of, but
I would usually wait till like it's for Mercy. It's usually like, what is my team playing and what map are we on?
But I guess this is more good news than anything else, where I'm going to encourage you that whatever you do is, if you're good enough at it with Ana, Moira, Kiri, you're going to be able to make it work, which is kind of funny because if I look at like, if I go to Grandmaster Champion, right, and I don't think I see a lot of Moira here, but I would trust a Moira player in Grandmaster in this map more because they know how to do the angling and so on. So, okay, really quick on the perks. So, the orb reflect thing is amazing. It's so much fun. It gives you more things to think about. The problem is that the other perk, I think, is just a little bit better, and there's a couple of reasons why. So first off, you can go further, which allows you basically, if you're on off angle A, it's really difficult for characters, even with mobility, like even tracers, to go, I don't like this angle, I'm going to go all the way over here. I'm going to swap sides, go from left to right, right to left, right? They can go from right to shallower right or right to deeper right, but they can't really flop the entire set of the map. Moira can. Moira can.
It's
really,
kind of
really
like
powerful.
A combination of her previous 2 fade perks. Like
and better because not only is it high verticality, but I'm sure you can cancel the fade whenever you want.
Yeah.
So that's just really, really strong. So again, the type of Moira that you should be playing in 99% of circumstances, heavy off angles, heavy marking DPS, active dueling, controlling space, because you're so survivable, is going to benefit a lot from the better fade. And the Moira...
I just like using...
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's bad. It's absolutely fine. We can talk about how to use it better. So, okay, let's take a look here. It's definitely my favorite Moira perk, is the bounce one.
I like doing it because I feel like it presents opportunity for more like uptime.
Yeah, absolutely.
And more ult charge.
Absolutely. This is okay. I don't mind this as much. I probably would have preferred you to go ahead and take an off angle on your rollout. Like, you have all the information you need to educate your rollout here. Because if you look at this here, you're like, oh, well, I'm going to go here. Yeah, but you're just basically giving a small choke for them to dump all their damage from. We talked about this with your previous stuff, right? Where it's like here, you need to start, like, I'm telling you, you need to be here. You need to be here, or you need to be going with your Genji and clearing top and then going from here. When you have immense amounts of survivability and mobility, you need to use that. And I know you're thinking, oh, but I got to heal my team. You can throw a heal orb. You can even spray from this angle if you can. But I'm telling you, this Moira is not played like this in higher ranks. And there's a reason why, right? Because you want to force your survivability on the enemy team. If you're here and not getting your fade forced because people are focusing you down, you're losing value with this character, and you just be better off playing Ana and doing healing damage, nade, and so on from here.
Okay.
Your just range is so, like, Moira's range is her limiting factor. She just doesn't have range. So if you don't find a way to close the gap sneakily, you're not going to do anything. And I think you can kind of see it here, right? Like, this is your nightmare for Moira. What do you do here?
Yeah.
What damage can you do here? What healing can you do here? Well, you have to walk forward, right? You walk forward, you're going to end up getting a splash. There's one right there. That Weirang wasn't even damage. That Junkrat thing almost hit you as well. Wasn't aimed for you, right? You can't keep tanks up if you're not on an off angle, because you need to be able to provide, like, basically look at Moira as like, I mean, Moira has a lot of similarities with Tracer, where it's like you have burst potential, I guess, a lot less burst potential than Tracer, let's be honest, right? But you are consistent pressure. So Moira's all about nice, like, basically, I mean, she's very lore appropriate, right? She's not a burst flanker. She's a slow war of attrition. Harass, disrupt, distract, damage orb, suck, keep herself alive. Basically, your pressure cycle on angles just lasts forever. You're really annoying. Oh, annoying is the best way to describe Moira. You're not going to burst anybody down, but you're going to annoy them to death. And right now, the problem is, even now, like, where should your angle be from here?
I would say probably up top on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that going to be your effective range? Yeah, absolutely, because they're on the floor. Now, if they were up top sniping, that would be really bad. Like, you couldn't go here.
Yeah.
But because they're on the floor, this is oppressive. You win the game if you go here. Promise you. Impossible for them to do anything. And you can kind of see it, too, where you're like, well, what do I do for my healing resource? What do I do with my damage resource?
Yeah.
Well, you can't do anything because you're here. And you notice that your survivability hasn't really been pushed here either, right? It's not been pushed.
Yeah.
It's not been pushed. It's not been pushed. It's not been pushed. It's not been pushed. And, like, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really have any feedback here, to be honest with you. I mean, the healing's fine. The suck win and where you can go. It's like you've obviously had need for healing orbs because you're only healing. You're not controlling any space, so you don't have time to do anything but heal.
Yeah. I also think this was a like high or like low diamond to like low masters lobby. I don't know if that has any
it doesn't.
relevance to anything, but
No. I mean, if you go into a higher rated lobby and you do what I'm asking you to do, you're going to die a lot more often, but you're going to have just as many chances. You're going to have more chances to win the game.
Okay.
Yeah, dying on the angle is a mistake on your end, but it's not a strategy mistake. It's an execution mistake.
Okay.
Like, the Moira played in pro play infrequently is played exactly as I'm describing. I coached or worked with the best Moira player in the world, Nolan, who actually reached rank 1 multiple times, and this is how he plays Moira. I've coached like 3 or 4 top 500 Moiras, and this is how they play Moira. It's like you have to, you don't have enough range to be able to do anything on main, basically, because you can't reach. Because if you think about what are the longest range characters in Overwatch, Ana, Zen, and so on, right? They don't have mobility. Why? Because they don't need it. They have sight line. They could take a soft range off angle and just pressure for free, right? You don't have that range, so you have to find a way to close the distance. But you don't want to close the distance directly behind your tank because that's where everyone's just vomiting damage, right? So, all right, so let's practice the execution here. Where's your short range off angle here? Or even just start with the off angle. We'll go from there.
To the right by that like staircase. And that,
Yeah. Go from here. Now you're like, oh, but EDR Tracer, perfect. Don't let them get up here. That's your job. Can you kill them in a 2v1? No. Can you hold this angle and contest them for a long time? Yes. Will that pull attention off of your Rein disproportionate to the amount of healing that you could do to Reinhardt? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If your Rein dies, it's his problem, and you'll still probably win the fight. You cannot let them have this here. Why? Because this is your space, you know? Now, if you said, oh, I want to go across to here and kind of play like here, that's also fine. So then is this your problem? No.
No.
But this is. You get me?
Sure. Yeah,
and Moira is so fast that you can kind of set up your off angle on either side, anything you want. Like, you're very flexible. So the problem with what you're doing here is you're not going to die to Tracer, but you're giving Tracer value anyway because you've let her get to the position where she's distracting how many people right now?
3.
3. Whereas if you had met her on the angle here, how many people would she distract? 1. You, right? That's the problem. When you're playing Moira to survive instead of playing Moira to mark an angle, you're just saying, I'm not going to die, but I'm going to let them do the job anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not enough. Like, she still can land pulse bombs. She can still force damage. And you don't even have burst damage to force her out either. You can tickle her a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah.
And so you're chasing now. You know what? This Genji's not your problem. Why? Where's your angle now?
On the right.
Correct. So you need to make sure that the Genji doesn't die by shooting whom?
The people on the right.
Right, anybody. Tracer, Wu Yang, because your Brig can heal from range, right? Like, if you wanted to go with Genji, then you should have been with Genji 10 seconds ago, right? Because now what's going to happen is you're going to leave your Genji. Can you guess what's going to happen on the right? Look at the Diva. Look at the Tracer. Now they fill the right. Now look at the space that your team controls. If you guys get Diva bombed, you guys are dead. If you guys get pulse bombed, you're dead. Anything that happens here, you're dead. You don't have any space control whatsoever. You don't have any sight lines. In fact, this Tracer engage is going to be significantly easier. I like this Cole from you. Cole is one of the most consistent support ults in the game. Just using it is great. It's hard to quantify the value of this, but I think you can kind of see it right here, where, like, if you look at where the enemy team is now, you guys were in serious crap before. Now, as bad as this has been, you've actually lived the Diva bomb and kind of reset in a position to where it's like kind of a neutral advantage for both teams, which is what we want. I like this position from you. This is really good. This is really good.
Better one than the one I was.
It's much better, right? Much, much, much better. And look at the space that you created. So you're able to push out Diva. You should have healed Genji. That's your fault. But you should look at these guys. They just backed up. So now this is going to happen. That's your fault. You did that. They weren't there 10 seconds ago. They backed up because of you, nobody else, right? And so then now, not only is your Ryan going to get that, but everybody else is going to get isolated and killed as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, that was, like you said, the best.
Yeah, for sure.
You were there immediately, right? And you notice that you could still heal your Genji. You could still actually reach your Ryan as well. Sometimes it means hard flanking. If you don't have an angle, you will hard flank and you will DPS Moira and your team will flame you and you will win the game. But if the map allows you for an angle to heal as well as damage, that's optimal. It's just hard.
For sure.
Again, it's just the range. If I can impress on nothing else in you, it's the lack of range. If you don't have range, you have to find a way to close the distance. So like even here, right? Where should you be? Again, kind of a trick question, right? It's not really a clear answer.
I would say I would go up over like where that sign is on that like little breach.
So like up here or over here? Over here?
Over to the right.
Oh, so like over here. Yeah, you could go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go here. Yeah. As long as you're fighting it at the same time as your team, we're good. Like, this is technically an angle, but the problem is that you're stacking your supports and you're still at a range where you can't really do anything, right? So should you have gone with your Ryan? You didn't have to. That would have been nice. But even if you didn't, don't tell me that you couldn't get value here, right? Like, this is this way your Ryan dies, but he dies for a reason. He gets something out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, oh man, I wish I could help my Ryan by doing, anything. Right?
Yeah.
And this is the support problem. Let's just practice your decision-making skills in different sections of the map. And if you'd like, we could do some live coaching.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's just practice in different sections of the map. This is good. You can go in there. But see, this is good, but this isn't good enough. Where could you go from here?
I could go through the room.
Yeah.
Up
Get
onto
in here.
the little space.
Get in here.
Poke from up there.
Yeah, get the diva on you. Be like, come on. As long as you don't eat her micro missiles and you fade it out, you throw a heal over on yourself. Get her busy. Where else could you go? Flip the map. Other side. What do you do from here?
I could go. The first thing that pops out to me is like through the little like room over on the right in that little hallway and poke at them from that side.
Yeah, you could even just stand here, just harass, distract, don't get hit by a mine, heal, throw a damage orb. It's just really annoying, It's just like, and this is how you stop Tracer, right? Like you stop Tracer by harassing her during her setup here, right? In terms of which one you choose, let me be very clear. It does often matter because they're like, verticality, cover, the ability to close the distance, flank options, health packs, and so on. But I guess my point being is it doesn't matter enough to where you should feel overwhelmed with which side to choose. Just choose and experiment and have fun. Don't worry about it too much. It's the same thing with Ana. Like, what sightline's the optimal sightline for Ana in this particular circumstance? Should I be playing on this line here? Should I be playing here? It doesn't matter as long as you're off the floor, right? Taking some space.
I will say on a side note, unrelated to this game, the tip that you gave me about nades with Ana and slowing down on my ability usage, I think that's like really what helped me actually like start improving, because I've noticed I've been like hitting a lot more sleeps and like actually having a lot more impact with my nades. And stuff like that.
It's a good mechanical tip because even if you suck at it right now, it puts you in the right training space to get better mechanically, right? Good stuff. I'm glad to hear that. Good job. But yeah, I mean, if any problems I have here, it's just because you can't. Again, you notice that your mobility is not really being forced right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this particular position that demands your flexibility. And so therefore, you're going to get outvalued by characters like Iliari, by Wu Yang, because they're just going to be so much better at providing pressure without really taking the space.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to a different section of the map.
Okay. We were in that little space for quite a while. Yeah,
well, because they're running Junkrat on attack, and if they don't find a way to take angles, like the reality is that even though you're in Diamond, you're still not going to be facing people that take angles consistently. It happens. Sure. So if they don't do that, they're all stuck in a choke staring at a rain shield, right? And that's just not good.
Yeah.
Right? It's just not good for them at all. But alternatively, you guys are kind of in a similar situation now, right now. So you got to think, okay, where's my lane? Where's my angle? What do I like? You choose. What do you think?
I, in the moment, thought about going through the tunnel on the right, or on the left.
Correct.
And kind of poking back there.
You could.
But I heard the Tracer up there, and I kind of wanted to poke at her and try and keep her from full diving on my team, but I think it probably could have been better.
If you wanted to do that, then you should have been here, right? And now you're like, oh, but Tracer, you can live if you just play patient. This is a little close, but that's fine. This would have also been close. This would have also been fine as well. You would have gotten poked out a little bit, but you can kind of play it slow from here. You have choices here because, again, are you really stopping Tracer right now? No.
Not really.
You're harassing a little bit, but she's still getting the maximum distraction value. And ironically, she's still pressuring you, right? So I don't really have any problems with what you're doing with your CDs too much. Like, even that's like, it's a good idea. It just becomes much harder for you to see things. I think your Genji ends up taking an angle here. And that's why you guys break this. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, your Genji gets this deep angle here. And notice that he's hiding and just poking the guy from the back. So D.Va turns around. D.Va has to disengage. And then because she's not there, Wooyoung just gets screwed over, right? Like, this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, not everyone's going to do that. So you can help that Genji. You can go by yourself on your own angle. So let's see what we do here. Yeah, like, you're here. Okay, so who's your problem right now?
Iari.
Iari, right? Now, I don't know if I like this angle choice here. Because you're just like, oh, high ground's good. This is good if you're what character?
Character with range.
Right, exactly. Ana, maybe Kiriko. Maybe Kiriko would still go a little bit deeper, but yeah, absolutely. But if I'm Moira here and I want this lane, how should I position on this lane?
I would say we're on the right path.
Yeah, get on that bridge,
or like
right?
On the bridge.
Somewhere here, somewhere in this rat vicinity. This is actually safer than where you are right now because it allows you to actually peek effectively without actually just getting your head blown off. Like, there's an actual chance here. But you could be a total rat here and then just fade out to underneath here. You're fine. Yeah. Alternatively, you could be here and mark this angle here. Which one? Doesn't matter. Up to you. Nobody's here. Deep into here. Wrap all the way around behind. You've got all sorts of options. This is how Overwatch works. You choose a lane. You choose an angle. You choose which lane or angle, which spot on the lane, depending on the character's range that you're playing, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think sometimes I just get stuck in the mindset of like, oh, I'm a healer, I need to heal all the time.
Right. The key thing is that you heal the locations where you can affect, right? So you go up here and you help your Genji. Or if your Ryan goes to pin backline over around here and you follow him because you guys can work together really well. You're not avoiding the tank, but if your tank is sitting on cart, he needs you to be able to control space around him so that he can keep effectively moving card.
Okay.
That's basically the idea, right? Like, support, again, it's not Marvel Rivals, right? So, like, there's so much more that you can do, and or not just can do, but you have to do. Otherwise, you lose. Again, obvious question here, right? Where?
I'd go up to the left or up to the right.
Left feels better.
Yeah.
Right feels better. Which one do you like?
I would say the left.
Okay, why?
Just because I think it's just a little easier to get to. Like, I could just walk up there instead of like having to use an ability to get up to the right.
It's also congested, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Moira's not a brawl character. Like, she doesn't want to get in your face necessarily, but at least I have more cover. I have more ways of closing the distance. And we've already established here, with the exception of Junkrat, there's nothing really that you're scared of getting up close to. Junkrat, Ram, obviously no. But Wooyoung, Idiari, Sojourn, yeah, that's better for you, most likely, right? Like, so this here would be good. This would be really good. You know, you could literally heal your Genji, poke out Ram. I know that sounds weird, but that's a good trade for you, right? But then we're kind of stuck here, and we're like, all right, well, maybe I drop, maybe I, you know, it gets a little awkward, right? So it's still better than what you're doing right now, but yeah, I mean, I like your logic. Because your Genji needs to help hold that high ground, because if he can't hold that, then their hit scan's going to murder you, right? So how can you help your Genji? You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you always have to help your Genji versus your Reinhardt, but like, let's say the tables were turned. Let's say Ryan was up here and your Genji's on cart. Don't help your freaking Genji get up there with your Ryan, right? Right? It's just the space that matters, not the person that matters, right?
Yeah.
But like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna help your team with this right now? You know,
Really,
I mean, this is a problem, right? You're thinking about it, right? The thing is your soul is screaming. It's like, dude, this is wrong. This feels painful. Like, my Ryan is getting abused. You know it's wrong. You just don't trust yourself enough to do anything about it.
Yeah, I think I'm just a bit scared.
And to be fair to you, it does feel a little late to start thinking about solutions, right? This fight has started, right? So now I still encourage you to do it, right? Better late than never, literally, right? But there are more downsides to going now. And this is where we are. And that's when our survivability gets forced, it's because we walk into a ram. You know, that hurts. That hurts really bad.
Yeah.
That just feels so unearned. And you guys are never going to push this payload unless this guy does something by himself, basically. And that's kind of been the story of this attack, right? Where he is pulling Sojourn, he's pulling Jong, he's pulling Wooyoung, he was pulling EDRA, and then that kills the ram, right? Or almost kills the ram, right? Doesn't quite. But like that like he's basically the only one taking space off of your team. That's preventing that high ground from being relevant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see if we go to third point. Okay, let's see. The key thing as well is don't memorize positions. Just look at the situation. Like, you have full scouting right now. You know they're all there, right? So then where should you go? So you turn this corner right here. This is all the information that you need. What do you do with this information? Where do you go?
I would go either up to the right or up to the left with my Cassidy.
Yeah. Which one do you like better, and why?
I'd probably go up to the left with my Cass, just so that we can, like, I can keep him alive and we can both, like, poke it.
It's the +1 rule, right?
People.
It's a +1 rule. Like, an angle becomes automatically more attractive if there's somebody there if I'm playing support. But yeah, if you go here, like, normally you're not going to come up here as much because you're going to get poked up by hit scan across the map. But again, we don't memorize where to go. You react off of what you have. And then you can you can even fade here just to get to here faster because you're not going to get pushed. And then walk out, heal orb, damage orb, whatever you want. If you can keep this guy here, you're going to win this fight. Like, it's inevitable that you're going to win this fight because he is in such an oppressively powerful position that he's either going to live, you're going to live or die off of that, right? And you can see it. He's getting everything right now. He's getting EDRE ulted. You're throwing a healer, but you won't put yourself up there. And the irony is that it's not just about helping him. It's about helping you. You're useless here. You're terrible, right? You might be the worst support in the game at, like, mainline utility. Like, I think I'd literally prefer your Brigitte in this situation because at least you can hit a whip shot here, right?
Yeah.
This just feels terrible, and now he's dead. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like the main takeaway I want you to do this. Let's jump into a game if you got time here.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just open Overwatch. If it will ever open.
Take your time.
Alrighty. Okay. Let me know if the stream is good.
It's excellent. I've had literal 241 frames per second. I'm not exaggerating. Like, lower than 1 frame per second. I've had to coach before, and I always feel bad about the student. I don't think they know, so I'm just like, I just it's fine. I can track kind of what's going on, so it's not a problem, So, okay. The good news about this is that this is a very simple thing to practice. Okay.
Yes.
Because all you have to do is think, what angle feels good for me right now? With the information that you have, you don't even need to think about every single detail, like where are my teammates, what are the old economy, what heroes are they playing, where are the enemy. Just trust your instincts, but force yourself to take space. And then once you're there, you can allow yourself to, should I heal orb this? Should I damage orb this? How should I fade? Should I heal? Should I damage? So what it'll allow you to do is you can kind of focus more on your quote unquote mechanics once you choose the right angle. So you can free up that brain space.
Because I do think with Moira, like, I have, like, like a good baseline for mechanics. I think where I struggle with probably a lot of characters is just, like, decision making and figuring out, like, what to do and, like, where to be.
Right. And I think I'm going to be honest with you. The most important question is that last one, right? Where to be, because it doesn't matter what you do until you put yourself in the right spot, right? Because that's really what you're doing. What you're doing is where you are. Like, when you're with your Rhine, when you're with your Genji, when you're solo flanking backline with nobody with you, you can kind of see where I'm going. You've already decided what you're doing. So that changes inherently what you're going to do, right? So, whether you should heal orb or damage orb, that's actually oftentimes a decision that's made by the enemy team, not you, right? If you get pressured really hard, well, then I'm just going to heal orb. If they don't pressure you at all, well, I'm going to damage orb, right? Am I going to get my fade force or not, right? That's not in your hands, right? You're just like purely instinctual once you put yourself in the right position. So that's why positioning is so important, especially with a character with 2 survivability cooldowns, is it's not really up to you how you use the cooldown. It just gets decided for you. So we can look at another code, I guess, while we're waiting, or totally up to you. We have plenty of time here, so. I'd prefer to stay in the Moira train just because, even if it's just a random quick play game, I don't care, just to stay consistent.
I'm gonna have to try and find one. I think I probably... Let me check. Oh, that was DPS. I've been playing a lot of DPS lately because my friends, when we, like, trio, they immediately take support, and I'm just kind of stuck playing DPS. That's weird. Played a couple last night, but they weren't very good.
That's
You
fine.
like lost pretty
I mean,
bad.
I don't really care if you think about all we're doing is we're doing our where should you be practice. That's it, basically.
Yeah.
So we could literally use a blank map even.
Trying to find one. I played Moira most of the time on this one. New York City. All right, there you go.
Okay, let's take a look here. Any questions? I guess before we keep looking.
No, it makes the way you're putting it makes a lot of sense. And watching it back, I'm definitely like, wow, I'm really not in a position to do much of
Right.
anything.
It's just the reason why you
And-
pick Moira is to go for spaces like that, right? Or Kiriko
Yeah.
for that matter, right? If you're positioning a lot of how you're positioned, you just play Ana because she can't do as much of what you're doing. But yeah, like this, you know, what we could debate about the merits of this particular angle, right? It feels a little far.
Yeah.
But this is Moira. Like, if anybody comes here, they're going to get immediately harassed by... To be honest with you, I'd be with my Tracer, or I would be solo angling with my Huns over here. I guess that's not a solo angle, but yeah. Like, all of a sudden, we're, like, on a solo flank in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, wait, where was this? And you know what I wonder? I wonder if this is the I want to roll out on Moira, not I swap Moira for the Tracer mentality.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. And I think I swapped Mercy, like, later on for some reason,
Sure.
but... it was quick play, and I was just like, I just want to play Mercy.
Yeah, but the irony is that, like, this is quick play, and this is probably why you're doing this, but this is kind of spiritually the right decision, right? And even if you're playing into flankers. If you're playing into flankers as Moira, you're fighting those flankers. You're not running away from those flankers. Now, Moira versus all flankers, without exception, is a war of attrition. You do not want to fight those flankers fast. You're probably going to heal orb. You're probably going to want to play 20 meters, 15 meters, like never get in their face, right? You're not going to want these fights to go fast because I played actually in this very map versus a Grandmaster Tracer, one of my buddies. We were doing a pickup game. And I was able to win, but the first couple of fights, I tried to be a little bit egotistical with damage orbs versus him, got punished real fast.
Yeah.
You get their aim's just too good, right? But I was able to win and mark his angles just because I was able to learn really play slow, play distance, rat, fade, whatever. But don't leave the angle, right? Don't let him get it because he's gonna kill me either way. At least I get to do it on my own terms.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, to be honest with you, just stay here. Just don't over push. That's the problem, right? Hold the angle, right? I just love how ratty you're being in this game. It's just. It's not executed super well, I'll be honest with you, but it's like it's interesting. The main thing is that it's not. You could probably go deeper here, right? Like what's available to you right now.
I did get into a game.
Yes. Answer the final question, and we'll go. Where should you be right now?
I would say, like all the way to the left.
Correct. You should go all the way to here, and you should save your orb just in case you need it. Right. That's basically it. Yeah. Okay. Let's jump into a game.
Do you want me to play Moira because it's on Route 66?
Oh yes.
Okay,
Absolutely. Cool. Wait. So this is Route 66?
Yeah, they've Route 66.
Okay. Perfect. Let's do it. I'm just gonna prove my point, right? Like Moira is like not great on paper on Route 66, but as I already said, I don't trust Diamond players. I don't trust Grandmaster players half the time, right?
Yeah.
Play it correctly, see what happens. Ban whoever you want. I honestly don't care.
I usually have I usually ban for my tank.
That's fine. If they're a Roadhog OTP, I guess.
Yeah.
Remember, if you get, you're going to get met on the angle. Like I want to remind you that you are going to have a slightly more stressful game, and you might get punished for your mistakes. It does not mean that you're playing worse. It doesn't mean that you're playing even more aggressive. I'm just
learning.
You're learning, right? Okay. Is this there's something you want to tell me about the skin choice here? Like,
well, I have a lot of skins for a lot of characters, and my friend was watching me play, and I opened up my thing and I said pick a skin, and she chose this one.
Okay. So you're saying that your friend thinks you're evil.
From Snow White.
I think so too. Okay.
I mean, that's like the mentality of playing Moira.
Sure.
You just gotta be evil.
Well, it's like I said, lower appropriate. Even like the time to kill, right? Very slow. You just bleed him to death, basically. So, okay.
Pretty much.
Let's
Are you breathing petrol?
Actually, if you have a second, you could probably turn down stream quality even more. I don't want to tank your frames.
My frames are actually doing pretty good right now.
You're doing okay? Okay.
Yeah. I got it like a new monitor that like has a lot more hertz and can handle like a lot more frames.
Good.
And
If you
I
can get
feel like I'm
140,
seeing an...
that's the optimal thing. If your monitor can handle it, or your PC can
Yeah,
handle it.
that's usually where it like...
Love to see it. Okay. All right. So choose your lane, choose your angle, fight for it. Don't worry about your CD usage. That will just come naturally once you're there. You might follow your tank. You might follow your DPS. You might be by yourself. I don't know. Sure. Yeah. Seek pressure. Don't die. That's the rule. Yep. Do it again. You don't have your cooldowns yet, but do it. Retake the space.
Ugh.
So you hesitated. You hesitated,
I was trying
right?
to walk back off the payload, but it was like moving.
Right. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But as soon as you get cleared of an angle, start to refight for it. Don't waste any time.
Okay.
Because that's the danger zone, right? Like that's exactly where you died. It's like in that transition point. Okay. Where's your lane? Sure. Now where? Yeah. Sure. Yep. Keep going. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Good.
Ugh.
Close. Just use your fade
I
sooner.
find that like
That's fine.
I press the button right as I die.
That's all right. That's all right. That was good. If you fade out and live there, you're easily gonna win that one. Let's do it again. Let's go and try to take some space. This is too far. Good. Nice and patient. Yep. Good. Winston bubble. That's okay. That's okay. A Winston bubble, if you can live there, Winston bubble is massive value.
That is not the bubble I wanted. What is
That's
happening?
okay. That's okay. Where's your
My
space?
mouse freaked out for a second.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go
All right.
for a hog.
Yeah, let's do it. Yes.
I got Suzu out.
Yes. Live. Good. Close. Need to go a little further. The key thing is ending all the way behind cover. You could even jump at the end of fade just to get a little bit extra distance.
Okay.
I told you they're going to be taking more risks. You're going to be getting punished more often. But you're actually, you're part of the solution here. You're not a spectator to your Roadhog just getting, smoked. You're actually doing things. Sure. Sure. Oh, look at you. Oh, okay. That's crazy. Yeah. Nice. Live. Good. Good. Stay here.
Ah!
It's okay.
Almost met him.
What was the mistake there? The angle is good.
I think I overstayed it.
I don't think he overstayed it, actually. I don't think he overstayed it.
I don't know.
It's happened twice with the junk. What's your effective range versus that character?
A little bit further than right.
A little bit
in
further
his
back.
face.
That's the key thing. Yes, exactly. You nailed it. All right, let's go. Nice. I want you off a card as soon as you can. Find a lane. Fade to it even if you have to.
I wanted to get up
That's okay. That's okay. It was the right call. Good. Good job. Good job.
Whew.
Nice job. Grab the perk. I want you to get that super fade this time, though.
Okay.
All right. Let's take some space. Find the space that makes sense. Just use your instincts here. What feels good with the circumstances right now? I think I hear Hanzo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't know if I
go.
wanna be
Go.
all-
Go. Go do it. Go do it.
Oh.
Try it out.
I'm not used to the distance.
That's okay. So where's your lane? Uh-huh. He's gonna push you in here. Get ready. It's
I
okay.
swear I pressed the button.
That's
but
okay.
I guess not.
That's okay. Every little detail is getting pressured here right now. Your movement, your cooldown usage, your cover usage, your distance management, the whole 9 yards, right? Yeah, yeah. Now what? So you're waiting for your team, obviously, but where would you go? What's the optimal angle given the situation? See, that's so far, right? So what's the next step?
Yeah.
Because you can't stay there. You have to get out of that
Get
choke.
closer.
So how?
I'm gonna try the other way.
Okay, let's do it. Sure. You still need to be closer here, so now what? Ooh. I like it. Good. Good. Nice job. You're part of the solution. You're not a spectator. Right? Good stuff. War of attrition, right? Yeah. Yeah. Now where's your angle? You know where the fight's going to happen, right? So where should you go?
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, this is good. Anybody comes here, it's your problem. This is your problem. Play it slow, play it safe, be respectful, win the duel. Yes.
Ah.
That's okay. You didn't recognize it was a 2v1 in time. That's all. But if you think about that conceptually, can you live that 2v1?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. How much value is that for your team? I mean, immense value. Like, immense value. That means that there are two people that they're not... That's way more valuable for you than doing anything else that you could. Nice job. And why did you choose that angle?
Because I thought people were gonna try and peek out that way.
Is that good for Moira? Is that can you play around that space well with Moira?
I think so. It's better than playing out in the open.
Agreed. Good stuff. So on first point, the vast majority of your errors were execution errors. I think your angle choices were pretty good all the way through. I'll make a list of execution errors that you can practice when we're done. But for right now, I don't want you to change anything. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. But we'll have a list of things that you can work on once you start playing on the angle. Things that, little mechanical mistakes, little cooldown tweaks.
I'm trying to think more like how I would play Tracer, like where I would play as Tracer, and then just kind of translate that into Moira.
That's not a bad start. Now you have more verticality with Moira, especially once you get the perk. You know, you have a lot more sustain that's not relying off of health packs as well. But yeah, good job. This is exactly how I would like you to practice. Now, where are we fighting? And then you choose your angle from there. Obviously, we're just spawn orbing, but then from there, check your nice little cute spot there. I actually didn't know about that spot. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, this is cool. I mean, this angle works for me. I would wait for them to walk in a little further so that your tank can distribute, but you can help your tank. See, this is what I mean by you can help your tank because he's on your space. You know what I'm saying? And so now he's not.
Yeah.
So then now where do you go? So you might just go solo here, but you got to go. And then go back. Or find something, or find a different angle even, but pressure from that angle. Yep, maintain your distance. That was good. Now they know you're here. They're gonna try to catch you now. So doesn't mean you change, it just means that you need to be respectful of that. That's all. You can. Sure. Don't lose faith here. We're backing up. We're slowly backing up. We're losing it. We can retake an angle elsewhere, but we need to find somewhere. Yep, sure. Let's go. Too far. Too far. Too far. So as soon as she's healed, find another angle.
Oh, that was a good shot.
You kind of see what I'm saying? Like you're putting out fires here, but you're not actually contributing anything at all. So their DPS are just walking forward for free, and their supports.
Yeah.
You must have faith that your teammates won't die for 2 seconds, that you can actually find time to pressure elsewhere. You can heal people that are close to you. Anyone's far from you, not your responsibility. How do you retake the space? Where do you go?
I was gonna go on the right with my cast.
Sure. Now they're gonna push you here. Get ready. Too far, not your responsibility. Who's closer? You see it?
Yeah.
The second you start to worry about somebody else, you die. Sure, go get him. Nice. BAP was your responsibility because he was on your angle.
Okay.
As soon as you ignored him, he almost killed you. Winston is across the map, not your responsibility. Good. Good. This is your angle. Heal your tank and hold here. War of Attrition.
Yeah, I'm gonna die here.
That's fine. That was an earned death, right? Like, you guys were down 2 before the fight even started. It's fine. Good job. You understand what I'm saying with the BAP? With the window?
Yes.
You chose that side. You chose that side. Or maybe when you get the Fade perk, you can swap, but you need a pretty good darn reason to swap besides the map. All right, where's your lane? Where's your lane? Where's your lane?
I'm gonna go to the right.
Okay, commit. Don't chase. Commit. Whatever's here, heal. Whatever's healed, damage. This is your lane. They're going to push you. Get ready. Yes. Good. Now go back. Go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Good. Nice and patient. Yes. Go back.
There was no escaping that.
Well, okay, so you went back to your team. Don't go back to your team.
Yeah.
So when Cassidy, you have to disengage on the same side. So go from right to right. You get what I'm saying? Let's just shallow towards your spawn, but don't go back. Because he was not aiming for you with that reptile. You were just a casualty of war. All right, how do you retake space here? Now, you need to get out of this choke. You need to be a rat.
Yeah.
How can you do that? And you got to hurry. Use your fade here now. Use your fade. Use your fade. Sure. That's okay. That was okay. That was really, really, really good up until the end there. Really good up until the end. And all that matters is just execution and stuff, which we can improve on. Does that make sense? So you did a great job there. I probably would have respected the Cassidy with the Hinder. I wouldn't have gotten close to him. I probably would have faded out sooner. But that was great. That like completely shut down an entire support ult, and you're able to live there if you just faded all the way out. So do you have any questions about the positional side of things before I give you some more mechanical feedback?
No, I think it makes a lot of sense the way that you're like explaining it. Okay.
Notice that there are situations where we heal bot at our tank. Totally fine if he's there. DPS, solo angle. Yes. Just depends. So keep working on your off angling, especially on angles that provide something like the short to medium range, right? Think about your primary fire, your alternate fire. That's kind of the range you want to be playing when you're choosing your angles. And then once you're on the angles, a couple of things to work on, all right? I want you to focus really carefully on which orb you should be using, keeping in mind that there's going to be a bias towards anything that can allow you to stay in the fight longer.
Okay.
That doesn't mean always heal orb. There's certain characters like a heal orb's not going to help you all that much versus a Hanzo with Storm Arrow, right? That just means disengage, try again in 2 seconds, right? And, you know, if Cassie walking in your face, that's not going to heal or be able to through that. But, like, you're going to more often than not prioritize, like, whether it's your cover usage or your orb usage, whatever it is, you need, the longer you stay in the angle, the better. You don't have burst, so there's no rush. Just take your time. Okay? Second thing is cover. You must always have a corner on you because that's how you disengage cooldowns and burst damage.
Okay.
So what's going to increase your uptime, the number one thing that's going to increase your uptime is cover. Because cover allows you to just disengage, re-engage, disengage, re-engage, disengage, re-engage, disengage, re-engage for safety.
For sure.
Last thing, I'll say, is just maintaining a little bit of space, maintaining that effective range without pressing forward, because there's a tendency, like it's the plat magnet, right? Everybody does it, even GM players. We press W when we start shooting shots, right? And so you're going to slowly see yourself migrating towards people. Don't do that. Don't do that. Choose your lane, stick your lane, perform mechanically on that lane by good cover usage, good tracking, good aim, good cooldown management, good space management, and so on. But you're going to find yourself getting a lot more frequent feedback because you're actually doing the right thing now, doing this. And so you can look at pretty much every death, every fight that goes poorly, or even fights that go well, and you're like, could have I played that better? You could look at just the mechanics of how I played the angle, not just was I actually taking space. Do you have any questions?
No, I do feel like I had a lot more impact that game.
Yeah, it's not even like carrying more. You did do more damage to carry the games. It's not. You might actually end up healing more in some games. It's just you're playing to your strengths. That's literally the simplest way to think is you're actually playing what makes Moira unique compared to other supports. Like if you compare even to Kiriko doesn't have the same amount of uptime on angles as Moira does. She can play further away. She has better burst, but she has to leave a lot faster more often than not. You can stay a lot longer. Like think about the time when the Winston jumped you. Remember that little mega room there in second defense, right? Well, Kiriko couldn't do that. She couldn't do that. And that's immensely valuable. Like that's a lot of resources for a long time. You even forced bubble once on first point attack, which was insane, right? Like that's really good for your team. And Moira does that, and no other support can do that. Literally not a single other support can do that. So leverage that.
Yeah.
Survivability and attrition pressure, just long sustained periods of pressure, are what makes Moira strong compared to other supports. So if you're not using that, but with the angles that you're choosing, then you're not using Moira strengths. That's the simplest way.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think how you were positioned